Is there something that you learned during your times in the military or since then, that's maybe taught you how to deal with failure and learn from it and bounce back?
Sure. In the SEAL teams, one way to describe it is that we celebrate failure. If you're not failing, that means you're not doing anything beyond yourself. I don't feel like I hear it much anymore because I think I speak so hard against it. But every once in a while, I hear someone say that failure is not an option or that I don't fail. Like, okay, well, then you're done. You're exactly who you are today. You'll never be any better, because it's like going to the gym, right? If you don't go to muscle failure, they don't tear down and they don't build up. It doesn't make any sense. And I would say what you're looking for there, if we're going to simplify for the moment, for the sake of a conversation, is confidence. So doing things. Confidence isn't like, I know I can do something because I've done it before. Confidence is like, okay, I know I can do this thing because I've done things that I couldn't do before. And this is just another thing that I can't do yet, but I'll be able to do it. And confidence comes from learning new things. So there's a lot of people, actually a bulk of the population, that doesn't study anymore, that doesn't train and learn new things. They go to college, they get their job, they learn their job, and then that's it. They don't push themselves anymore. They aren't in constant learning, and then they wonder why they get so busy, because the competition in the world is always learning and evolving. So now their skill sets, their propensities, their knowledge base is all becoming stale, and then they have to start working harder. And it sneaks up on you, so they do not know. So that idea of failure is you got to always be learning something new. So like I train in jiu-jitsu. I like to learn to fly airplanes, which is like something I'm in and out of all the time, but I'm always trying something new. I went and boxed British SAS guys, and I was never a boxer before last November. I'm always learning. So if the marketplace shifts, if the writing or online world pivots, or I need to take on a new role as a consultant, it's not like some dramatic thing for me where I now like, oh my gosh, I have to start learning new things and break out of my mold. I just put that in the rack, right, and say, oh, that's what I'm going to learn next. It's a very powerful orientation. That's where all the confidence comes from, because you're like, okay, yeah, that's what I do. Whatever challenge presents itself, I'm always peaking. I'm always overcoming challenges or going through them. That's what I do.
No, I really like that kind of change in mindset, rather than being the victim. Develop a habit of a hero, as you would say. So how can somebody start doing that? Is it a tried and test? Is it just go for it, fail, and just get back up again? Or is there a strategy that you'd maybe implement with a client or something like that?
Yeah, it's doing things. It's doing new things. The beginning, how do you get started? If you're like, okay, how do you get started? How to start is to become an observer. Like, okay, go learn something. I don't care if it's sailing, free fall parachuting, diving in the ocean. Flying an airplane, do something, climbing. Go learn something new that you don't do. And be an observer. Like, okay, where did I fail today? Look for the failures and celebrate them. Like, okay, now what can I learn from those failures? Now tomorrow when I go back and do it again, here's what I'm going to be looking to do. Like, all right, here's 10 things I didn't do right or wasn't effective. Tomorrow I'm going to make these modifications, and then observe it again. Like, all right, those 10 things out of the 10, 4 of my ideas worked. The other 6 did not work, so let me modify it again. You just got to be in that process. So I'd say the starting point, though, is to be an observer.